If you are looking at your bank account right now and feeling the weight of having nothing, stop. Take a breath. You are not stuck forever, but you do need a completely new playbook. When you are starting from zero, your biggest asset is not capital. It is your ability to pivot, learn, and focus aggressively. You do not need a sudden lottery win. You need a strict, non-negotiable game plan for the next 3 years. This is the very first step you must take if you are poor. Audit your leaks and build your digital shovel. First, you cannot build wealth if you do not control where every single cent goes. Cut the dead weight. But remember, you cannot simply save your way to financial freedom on a meager income. Once the leaks are plugged, you need that shovel. That means taking action to build income streams that do not rely entirely on trading your time for an hourly wage. Whether it is leveraging new AI tools, publishing digital assets, or starting a lean, low-cost side business, your mindset must shift today from working for a paycheck to building a system. If you are broke, you cannot afford to wait for the perfect opportunity. You have to manufacture it. This is your roadmap to taking that first critical step. Let us get to work. Welcome to Chapter 2. The digital leverage. When you have no money to invest, you must invest your time into building assets that scale. If your goal is to build a serious financial fortress, like a 6-figure safety net over the next 36 months, you cannot do it by simply working more hours. You need leverage. Today, the barrier to entry for creating income-producing assets is exactly zero. We live in an era where you can build digital products and businesses directly from your laptop. Think about the power of self-publishing books, designing print-on-demand merchandise, or launching automated content channels. You create the asset once, and it has the potential to generate royalties and passive income indefinitely. But how do you compete when you are starting from scratch and doing it all yourself? By becoming a master of modern leverage. This means utilizing the incredible suite of AI tools available right now. Software that can clone voices, generate artwork, or automate video production acts as your unpaid team of employees. Instead of spending weeks on a single project, you can use these tools to multiply your output, test different niches rapidly, and find out what actually sells in the market. Your first assignment is simple. Pick one digital platform, learn one AI tool to speed up your workflow, and launch your first product this week. You do not need capital. You just need relentless execution. Here is Chapter 3, focusing on how to ruthlessly manage your time when you are juggling a demanding career, a family, and a new side hustle. You can paste this straight into your script box. Chapter 3. The Double Shift. Managing your day job and your empire. Welcome to Chapter 3. The Double Shift. Let us get real. Most people starting from zero already have a full-time job. You might be managing complex projects during the day, dealing with strict deadlines, endless emails, and coordinating teams. When you finally clock out and head home, you are exhausted. But if your goal is to bank 6 figures in the next few years, you have to embrace the double shift. Your side business is now your most critical project. You must treat it with the exact same level of rigorous management that you apply to your professional career. Write out standard operating procedures for your side hustle. Set firm, non-negotiable delivery dates for your digital products or video uploads, just like you would for major equipment installation at your day job. This requires sacrifice, but it does not mean sacrificing the people who matter most. You are building this wealth for your family, for your spouse, for your children, so they never have to feel the stress of starting from zero. So, how do you find the time? You find it in the margins. When the house is quiet and the kids are finally asleep, that is your golden window. That late night hour is when your digital factory comes alive. That is when you fire up your voice cloning software, queue up your video generators, and schedule your automated content. You do not need 8 free hours a day. You need 1 or 2 hours of absolute, uninterrupted focus. You are the project manager of your own financial freedom. Construct the schedule, plug the leaks, and execute the plan. Welcome to Chapter 4. Choosing your battleground. When you have no money, your first business model must have incredibly low overhead. This is why we start in the digital world. You do not need to sign a commercial lease or buy expensive inventory to publish a digital book, design merchandise, or launch automated video channels. You can test the waters in multiple niches, whether that is creating educational content, entertainment, or specialized guides, with almost zero financial risk. If a digital product fails, you have not lost your life savings. You have only lost a few hours of your evening. You simply pivot, rebrand, and launch the next idea. The internet gives you the power to fail fast and fail cheap until you find the formula that brings in consistent royalties and ad revenue. But the ultimate goal of the digital hustle is not just to stay online. The true power move is using your digital cash flow to fund tangible, physical assets. Once you hit your financial targets, like that 6-figure savings goal, Qi can take those profits and bring them into the real world. Imagine using the passive income from your online channels to fund local, physical business. It could be a retail shop supplying essential goods, or even investing in agriculture to generate steady local income for your family. By starting digital, you build the capital engine. But by moving physical, you build a lasting footprint and real-world wealth. The blueprint is laid out. Stop looking at your empty bank account and start looking at the tools in front of you. The first step is yours to take. Let us get to work. Here is Chapter 5, focusing strictly on the mechanics of building an automated content engine so you do not burn out. You can paste this directly into the script box. Chapter 5. The Automated Content Machine, Cloning Your Effort. Welcome to Chapter 5. The Automated Content Machine. By now, you know you need digital assets, and you know you have to build them in the margins of your day. But if you try to do everything manually, writing every word, recording every audio track, editing every frame, you will burn out before you ever see your first dollar. The secret to scaling from zero is treating your side business like an assembly line. You must remove yourself as the bottleneck. This is where modern software becomes your greatest ally. Look at the tools available to you right now. You can clone your voice or use realistic text-to-speech technology so that an entire audiobook or video voiceover is generated while you are at your day job. You can use AI to animate characters, generate visuals, and piece together presentations. This technology allows you to test vastly different markets without spending a dime on production studios. One day, you can launch an educational channel breaking down complex systems, and the next day, you can test entertainment niches, sports commentary, or even kids' content. You build the template once, and then you feed it new scripts. Your job is no longer to be the artist sweating over every detail. Your job is to be the director. You set the strategy, you command the AI tools, and you hit publish. If a niche does not gain traction, you have not wasted months of your life. Simply pivot your automated machine toward a new topic. This is how you clone your effort, multiply your output, and build a library of digital assets that work for you 24/7. Here is Chapter 6, focusing on the financial math of scaling your early wins to hit that long-term savings target. You can paste this straight into the script box. Chapter 6. The Mathematics of Freedom. Scaling Your First Dollar. Welcome to Chapter 6. The Mathematics of Freedom. When you are starting from zero, the biggest hurdle is not making $1 million. It is making your very first dollar of passive income. Let us talk about the psychology of the first sale. One day, you will check your dashboard. Maybe on a digital publishing platform, you will see a royalty payment. It might only be $7 or $8 from a single book sale. To the rest of the world, that looks like pocket change. But to you, it is proof of concept. It means the system works. You built an asset once, and someone, somewhere in the world, bought it while you were sleeping or working your day job. The moment you see that first single-digit royalty, your mindset must shift from creation to multiplication. If you can make $7, you can make 70. If you can make 70, you can make 7,000. But to build real wealth, you need a hard target and a strict timeline. Let us say your goal is to bank $100,000 in pure savings over the next 3 years. That is 36 months. If you break that down, you are no longer looking at an impossible mountain. You are looking at a daily and monthly quota. You start to measure every action against that timeline. You track your digital royalties meticulously. You reinvest the early profits back into better software or faster tools to speed up your content machine. You do not spend the digital cash flow on lifestyle upgrades. You hoard it. You build that six-figure fortress brick by brick, tracking every single dollar, until you have the capital to fund the next major phase of your life. Welcome to Chapter 7. The Traffic Engine. Having a digital product is completely worthless if no one knows it exists. Once your asset is built, whether it is a specialized guide, a piece of merchandise, or a new brand, you need a reliable way to get eyes on it without paying for expensive advertising. When you are starting from zero, your budget for ads is zero. You must build your own traffic engine. The secret here is to leverage your existing expertise or use your automated tools to rapidly test multiple niches. Do not try to compete in the broadest, most crowded markets right away. Look at your own day job. Who for first 5 brothers 5? That specialized, highly technical knowledge is incredibly valuable to the right audience. Creating content that breaks down those specific concepts builds a deeply loyal, targeted following. But you do not have to stop there. Because you are treating this like an assembly line, you can cast a much wider net. You can use your voice cloning and video software to spin up a channel focused on calming, philosophical talks one week and pivot to sports commentary or even children's entertainment the next. You use these automated video and audio streams as funnels. Every single piece of free content you publish across different platforms is a digital billboard pointing directly back to your paid assets. You are not just a creator anymore. You are a digital broadcaster. You build the channels, you capture the attention, and you direct that free traffic straight to your bottom line. Welcome to Chapter 8. To project management of wealth. By now, you have the blueprint. You know how to build digital assets, automate your workflow, and drive traffic. But a blueprint is useless without a competent manager to execute it. If you want to successfully escape poverty and hit major financial targets, you must stop treating your side hustle like a hobby and start treating it like a critical infrastructure project. When professionals manage complex, high-stakes installations, like upgrading major mechanical systems or coordinating heavy equipment deliveries, They do not just wing it. They write detailed method statements. They build strict schedules. They anticipate bottlenecks before they happen. You must apply this exact same engineering mindset to your own life and finances. Document a standard operating procedures for your automated content machine. When will the scripts be generated? When will the voice cloning run? When is the final product scheduled for delivery to the platform? Build a timeline that is set in stone. Furthermore, you need to stress test your financial systems. Just like testing a massive generator under full load to ensure it will not fail during a crisis, you must stress test your household budget. If your primary paycheck were delayed, could your digital royalties keep the lights on? Are your new income streams robust enough to handle the pressure? Engineering your escape from zero requires precision. You are the project manager of your own life. Do not accept missed deadlines from yourself. Here is Chapter 9. We will focus on the ultimate goal, transitioning that digital cash flow into a physical legacy to protect your family. You can paste this directly into the script box. Chapter 9. The Real-World Bridge. Building Your Physical Legacy. Welcome to Chapter 9. The Real-World Bridge. You have built the digital assets. You are managing the timeline. The royalties are compounding. But we need to talk about the ultimate why. You are not doing this just to look at a higher number on a screen. You are building this wealth so that the people you love most never have to experience the anxiety of starting from zero. Digital money is fantastic for leverage, but real generational security is built in the physical world. The ultimate power move is taking the cash flow generated by your automated online channels and using it to fund brick-and-mortar reality. Imagine taking the profits from a successful digital publishing run and channeling them into a tangible local business. This could mean purchasing agricultural land to cultivate a profitable harvest or opening a retail storefront that supplies essential, everyday goods like automotive components and hardware to your local community. This transition from digital air to physical soil is how you build a fortress. A physical business creates local jobs, generates steady offline income, and provides an anchor for your family. When the late-night shifts feel heavy, remember who you are doing this for. You are laying the foundation so your spouse has peace of mind, your parents are cared for, and your daughter inherits a system of wealth, not a cycle of struggle. The digital world is simply your launchpad. The real world is where you build your empire. Here is Chapter 10, the final chapter. This conclusion ties all the concepts together, leaning into that strict 3-year timeline and delivering a final, powerful call to action. You can paste this directly into your script box. Chapter 10. The 36-month handover, commissioning your new life. Welcome to Chapter 10. The 36-month handover. This is the end of the blueprint, but it is day 1 of your execution. We have covered the entire system, plugging your financial leaks, building digital assets with AI leverage, managing your time like a strict project manager, and eventually crossing the bridge to build real-world, physical businesses. Now, it all comes down to the math and the mandate. You cannot simply hope for wealth, you must engineer it. Set your exact target today. If your goal is to accumulate $100,000 in pure, untouchable savings, you now have a 36-month window to execute the plan. Break that down into yearly, monthly, and daily targets. Treat that deadline with the absolute highest level of urgency. There will be days when the systems break, the digital platforms change their rules, or the sheer exhaustion of working a double shift makes you want to quit. In those moments, you do not rely on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. You rely on your standard operating procedures, your discipline, and the faces of your family. You are doing this to permanently alter the trajectory of your bloodline. In the world of complex engineering, a project is not finished until the final handover is complete and the system is fully operational. Consider this audiobook your method statement. The tools are online. The market is waiting. The time is now. Stop looking at where you are and start building where you are going. Your 36-month sprint begins today. Get to work.